welcome back to the Conservative View. As you can see, I'm wearing my Seahawks shirt, so we're going to do a local story. As many of you may know from previous videos, like Tacoma is dying, I actually live in Tacoma, Washington, where this incident happened with the police, where he ran over some people and everybody's freaking out. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to go ahead and play it. So here we go.
Hit those people!
Oh my God! Oh shit! Oh! Oh my God! Fuck! Holy fuck! Oh my God!
Okay, with seeing that, everyone's still freaking out about it. But let's actually get into depth about what actually caused this incident to happen. Now, a lot of people are blaming the police, saying the police shouldn't have came here. They shouldn't have done anything. He should not even engage these people. Now, let's take it back to the fact that these people are street racing. They're doing illegal street takeovers and basically blocking off streets, doing donuts. Like, there's videos, you could even see it on the Snapchat heat map, that people are just out there, doing donuts, acting wild, and you've seen a lot of this stuff on the internet where people actually get hurt from these incidents. Now, if you're going to go and say the police never should have showed up, what precedence is that going to set? So you have innocent people trying to go live their daily life. They see these people in the street acting unsafe. They call the police. Pretty normal. The police show up. Their job is to take action and stop criminal activity. Now, as he pulls up in there, lights and sirens are going. He's hitting his air horn. Probably he was on his actually like megaphone, I guess you would say, PA system, excuse me, and telling them to disperse, unlawful assembly, you can't be here. And you can see the people actually go and they surround the vehicle. And you see in the video, he tries to back up. He tries to move forward slowly. And then people start attacking the vehicle. You can actually see that there was footprints on it. They busted out the back window. So yeah, he took off and he sped off, unfortunately hitting some people. But if you're going to say that the police shouldn't have did this, I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, if you were in his shoes, in his situation, what would you have done? Should you just sit there and allow them just to bash up your car and just, pull you out of the vehicle if they get that? Because we already know this anti-police sentiment is like super, super strong, especially right now. So I think he did what any rational person would do. Now, a lot of people are saying, it was deadly force authorized, acting like he hopped out of the car and started shooting people. He only had one way to get out of there, and it was to drive forward. Now, if you don't know that when the lights and sirens, air horns going, that you should move out of the way, that's kind of a problem. But all these people were grown adults that were out here doing this, so it's not like it was just people, we didn't know. No, you know what you were doing is wrong. Now, one of the local news stations actually had the individual who was ran over on there, and he was like, well, this is just what we like to do. We just like to see cars doing, and I'm like, well, there's places for that. And that's not in the middle of a busy street. Now, this was on 9th and Pacific here in Tacoma. Tons of restaurants and bars, especially on the weekend. There's tons of people out there. At this time, obviously not so much because of the lockdowns. But the local news is reporting this as if it was a protest, which is kind of bizarre because this was not a protest. This was an illegal street takeover. Now, this happens quite often. A lot of people don't know that we actually have a pretty big street racing scene here in Washington State. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago in our unincorporated area, like Sumner area, they were blocking off streets, doing donuts and all that, and ended up throwing bottles at Pierce County Sheriff's Office when they arrived, because they stayed out on the outskirts, and then because they just basically rolled up on it because the streets they were on were super, super small. But they began throwing bottles at them, and you could hear this all over the scanner. Bottles, rocks, and then they had to call for backup from Tacoma and Lakewood, which is another city here close by. So this isn't something new, but I find it very interesting that people are actually trying to blame the police instead of blaming the people who actually were out here doing this. And once again, I'm going to say, ask yourself, what was his options? Was it just to sit there and allow people to beat on his car? I'm seeing people saying, oh, this cop's an idiot. He had 29 years experience in the police force, but then he didn't know that he shouldn't have gone in there. Once again, what are the police supposed to do? What do you want? Like, if you want to defund the police, like, okay, I'm actually with the defund the police now, because then guess what? When people are out in your streets and doing stuff like this, no one's going to show up. And then I'm going to find it funny. I will be protected because I don't live in those areas. I actually live in a relatively nice area and I don't have to deal with that nonsense. So it's like, you go ahead, defund the police. No more police. The police, and if we do have the police, they show up, they decide, well, it's not worth getting involved. Maybe they shouldn't. I don't know. So that's just a short, quick video for you guys. Comment down below if you have any experience with these illegal street takeovers, if it's happened on your street, or if you've actually seen it and rolled up on it, or even if you attended it, and kind of give your opinion on what you think the purpose of this is, because I would love to hear from someone who thinks it's okay. And I mean, we can just have a dialogue about it. Make sure you subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more videos coming up. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more protest for what happened down in Tacoma over the weekend, so I'll try to get there and record those for you guys. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.